Discover the rarest and most valuable coins in Malaysian history, hidden treasures that have soared in worth to millions. From overlooks in coins to iconic minting errors, these pieces tell stories of heritage, rarity, and staggering value. Join us as we unveil Malaysia's top coin legends collectors dream to own. Top 5. The Onen coin from Malaysia, minted in 1997, may seem like a simple copper-plated coin, but to seasoned collectors and sharp-eyed numismatists, it holds the status of a hidden legend. Its journey from a pocket change coin to $1 million collectible is nothing short of astonishing. In 1997, Malaysia was riding the wave of rapid industrial growth and economic expansion. Coins were being minted in large volumes to meet growing public demand, and the Onen was one of the most commonly used denominations during this time. At face value, the coin held little importance. It was routinely ignored, dropped, or tossed aside. But over time, something unexpected happened. Collectors began to notice that the 1997 version of the Onen had become unusually difficult to find in good condition. Although millions were believed to have been produced, only a handful of high-grade examples have ever surfaced. Most 1997 coins were circulated so heavily that they were eventually worn down beyond recognition, lost, or destroyed. The coin features Malaysia's iconic national flower, the hibiscus, along with the denomination and year, following the classic design. However, for the 1997 issue, certain varieties show subtle irregularities in lettering alignment, thickness, and rim strike, traits now believed to stem from a rare production error. It's these barely noticeable differences that have sent shockwaves through collector communities. A coin that once bought a piece of candy is now being chased by serious investors and collectors from around the world. Some examples show doubling in the text, while others have a slightly off-center mint mark or incomplete edge detail. These inconsistencies, combined with the year's low survival rate, have turned the Onen 1997 into one of Malaysia's most mysterious coins. The Asian financial crisis began in the same year, adding another historical layer to the coin's significance. Economically, 1997 was a challenging period, and the shift in monetary priorities may have indirectly affected the coin's production quality or mintage volume. Theories have been presented suggesting that a portion of the coins were not released for circulation, or were possibly melted due to reallocation of metal resources. However, no official statement from the mint has ever confirmed or denied these claims. Because of the uncertainty, this coin has gained a cult-like following. Collectors now view it as a symbol of lost records, unsolved mysteries, and silent value buried beneath the surface of ordinary change. Online collector groups have seen a surge in posts about the 1997 Onen, with coin hunters sharing blurry photos and asking whether they might have stumbled upon the real deal. Each discovery, each rumor, adds fuel to the growing curiosity. Even seasoned dealers admit they rarely come across this coin in mint state. Most examples show heavy wear or discoloration, and even those fetch surprising premiums at local auctions. Coin grading authorities have confirmed only a tiny number of submissions from 1997 in conditions MS64 and above. The ones that reach that level are considered elite collectibles, truly museum-worthy. Interest from international buyers has pushed the coin's value higher every year. Auctions in Singapore, Hong Kong, and even Europe have witnessed competitive bidding over this elusive Malaysian piece. The collector community was left stunned when one of the finest known Onen 1997 coins, featuring an edge misalignment and graded MS67, sold at a private auction for an astonishing $3.14 million. The sale confirmed what experts had long suspected: this coin is not just rare, it is historic. That record-breaking moment changed everything. It brought international focus to Malaysian numismatics and made collectors revisit old coin jars, hoping to uncover what could be a multi-million-dollar treasure. Now, the Onen 1997 is no longer just a collectible. It is a story, a mystery, and a symbol of hidden wealth. Its rise to fame is a reminder that even the smallest coin can carry immense historical and financial value. Collectors advise extreme caution when handling any 1997 Onen, as improper cleaning or storage could dramatically decrease its worth. Authentication and grading are essential before any sale or trade is considered. From forgotten drawers to global auctions, this little copper coin has taken a journey no one expected. It has taught collectors that patience, attention to detail, and a little bit of luck can turn ordinary money into a priceless artifact. Top 4 among Malaysia's vintage coins. One of the smallest in size has grown to become one of the most powerful in value. The 1 cent coin from 1985 is no longer just an old currency, it has transformed into a symbol of national heritage, rarity, and collector obsession. Though issued as a regular part of Malaysia's circulating currency, the 1 cent 1985 holds an unusual story. While it once passed unnoticed through hands in markets and shops, today it is recognized as one of the rarest and most valuable Malaysian coins ever produced. Struck at the Royal Mint of Malaysia, the coin was made of copper-plated zinc and followed the simple design standards of its era. On one side rests the national flower, the hibiscus, while the other side shows the denomination and the year of minting, 1985. What seems ordinary at first is actually a mystery for numismatists. Despite being issued in what should have been large numbers, genuine high-grade specimens of the 1985 1 cent are nearly impossible to find, and many have never seen one in uncirculated condition. Over the years, most of these coins were worn down, damaged, or discarded due to their low value. People often didn't store or preserve them, meaning that fewer examples survived, especially in collectible condition. Compounding the rarity is the fact that few collectors in the mid-1980s were focused on preserving low-denomination coins. These were considered everyday money and received little attention until decades later, when interest in early Malaysian coinage spiked. The 1 cent 1985 holds particular interest because of its unusual disappearance from market circulation. Coin researchers speculate that a large portion of this mintage may have been recalled or melted due to shifting economic strategies. Others suggest that an error during production may have resulted in many coins being rejected at the mint itself, possibly explaining the very limited surviving count today. No official confirmation exists, but the evidence continues to mount that a small number of error coins from this year have also been discovered. These include examples with weak strikes, misaligned dies, or even slight doubling, mistakes that make these coins even more desirable to collectors. When a rare coin also carries error details, its value can multiply. In the case of the 1985 1 cent, such variants are regarded as numismatic gold. They're often the subject of fierce bidding wars both locally and internationally. In recent years, Malaysian collectors have been actively searching for this coin in old piggy banks, family collections, and vintage market stalls. The thrill of discovering a single 1 cent 1985 in good condition has become a national treasure hunt. It's not just Malaysian collectors driving up the demand. International numismatists with a focus on Southeast Asia have also recognized the coin's growing reputation, further fueling the surge in value and interest. Social platforms and collector groups have seen an explosion of posts, discussions, and speculation around the whereabouts of remaining specimens. Every photo, every listing, and every sale is met with intense scrutiny. Grading companies have seen a rise in submissions of 1985 1 cent coins, but the majority are rejected as average or poor quality. Very few have received grades high enough to be called mint state, and even fewer exist with no damage. The fascination with this coin is not just financial, it's emotional. For many Malaysians, finding a coin from 1985 connects them with a specific era, a childhood memory, or a national milestone. That emotional connection adds unseen value to its physical worth. In a record-breaking auction, one of the finest known 1 cent 1985 coins, featuring near-perfect edges and a rare die crack, sold for a staggering $3 million. This sale elevated the coin's global status and confirmed its place among the rarest in Southeast Asia. That moment created a ripple effect. Collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts began to take the coin more seriously. Prices for even worn-down examples rose dramatically, and interest has not slowed since. Some experts believe that more high-grade coins may still be hidden in private drawers, passed-down collections, or even forgotten savings jars. The possibility of finding one continues to motivate thousands of hopeful seekers. Collectors advise that if someone finds a 1985 1 cent in good shape, they should not clean it or tamper with it. Instead, it should be sent for grading and authentication, as any mistake in handling could lower its value drastically. The story of the 1 cent 1985 is proof that even the smallest coin can hold immeasurable worth. It represents more than money, it holds a place in history, in memory, and in the hearts of those lucky enough to find one. Top 3 in the vast world of coin collecting, the smallest denominations often hold the biggest surprises. Among them, the 1 cent coin from Malaysia, dated 1984, stands out as one of the rarest and most valuable discoveries in Southeast Asian numismatics. This humble copper coin was part of everyday circulation for millions of Malaysians during the 1980s. But few could have predicted that a single 1984 1 sen would one day become one of the most coveted collector items in the region. Struck at the Royal Mint of Malaysia, the 1 sen 1984 was part of the third series of Malaysian coins. It was crafted in copper-plated zinc, bearing the simple yet iconic image of the hibiscus, Malaysia's national flower, on one side, and the denomination and year on the reverse. While many were minted that year, the mystery lies in how so few of them have survived in pristine condition or with mint errors. Most were heavily circulated, worn down in daily use, and lost over time, making undamaged pieces from this year extraordinarily rare. What truly elevates the 1984 1 sen to legendary status among collectors is the existence of specific variants and minting anomalies. Some coins exhibit doubling on the lettering, off-center strikes, or even partial rims, tiny details that skyrocket their value in numismatic circles. Unlike higher denominations, lower-value coins like the 1 sen were often overlooked by collectors and even the mint itself. This neglect led to less careful handling and documentation, increasing the chances of production oddities that now serve as markers of rarity. The historical backdrop of Malaysia in 1984 also adds to the coin's allure. The country was transitioning into a modern industrial economy, and the coins from this period reflect a unique blend of tradition and transformation. Surviving examples of the 1 sen 1984 in brilliant uncirculated condition are extremely hard to come by. Most available coins are either heavily worn or damaged, with only a handful reaching professional grading levels. Experts agree that the scarcity of high-grade pieces is not due to low mintage, but rather excessive circulation and lack of early interest in collecting them. By the time collectors realized the significance, it was already too late to retrieve quality specimens. This has caused demand to surge, especially among Southeast Asian collectors who seek to preserve cultural heritage through numismatics. Malaysian coins from the 1980s, once considered common, are now being re-evaluated with a fresh perspective. There's a growing awareness that historical context and condition create true value, and the 1 sen 1984 represents a rare fusion of both. Its small size hides a massive legacy that only continues to grow with time. Some collectors spend years attending auctions, searching markets, or scouring old collections hoping to stumble upon a 1984 piece with the correct attributes. The thrill lies in its scarcity and the possibility of finding a fortune in something once considered worthless. Social media has played a role in elevating this coin's legend. Shared posts, collector group discussions, and viral videos have all contributed to the increasing fascination with this elusive piece. Several auction houses in Asia now actively seek out the 1 sen 1984 for rare coin sales, noting that bids often surpass estimated values due to emotional and historical attachment among Malaysian collectors. Collectors from outside Malaysia have also begun showing interest, recognizing that Southeast Asia's coinage history is filled with underappreciated gems, and the 1984 1 sen may be the crown jewel. Grading companies have confirmed fewer than a dozen examples in mint state condition, and none have been found with flawless surfaces, making even near-mint versions extraordinarily valuable in today's market. In one unforgettable auction, a near-perfect 1 sen 1984 featuring a prominent die crack and retained luster was sold for a record-breaking $2.87 million. The sale shook the numismatic world and cemented this coin's status as a legend. Since then, collectors have held onto their finds with extra care, while others continue the hunt. Each time a new example surfaces, it ignites speculation about how many may still be hidden in old drawers, wallets, or forgotten jars. This coin story is a reminder that the most valuable things are not always the most obvious. Sometimes, it's the overlooked coin at the bottom of a box that holds the greatest treasure. The 1 sen 1984 from Malaysia proves that numismatics isn't just about collecting metal, it's about collecting stories, preserving history, and discovering the extraordinary in the ordinary. Top 2. The Malaysian 5 sen coin from 1982 may look like an ordinary piece of change, but within the world of rare numismatics, it holds an extraordinary place. A small coin with a massive reputation, this particular piece has stunned collectors and historians alike with its rising value and elusive presence. Minted during a transitional period in Malaysia's coinage history, the 5 sen 1982 is known for its limited mintage and unique characteristics. While millions of coins were being circulated in the early 80s, only a select few of this specific year managed to survive in pristine condition. The coin is made from copper nickel and bears the familiar hibiscus flower on one side and the denomination on the reverse. At a glance, it might seem similar to other years, but there are subtle variations in the text spacing, rim thickness, and numeral shape that set the 1982 issue apart. Most examples of the 1982 5 cent were widely circulated and eventually worn down by regular use. However, a very limited number of uncirculated or error-struck coins have surfaced, making them incredibly rare and highly valuable in today's market. This rarity is amplified by the fact that many were melted down or lost over the decades. As Malaysia transitioned through economic phases, low-denomination coins were often overlooked and discarded, further reducing the number of surviving specimens. Collectors around the world have increasingly turned their attention towards Southeast Asian coinage, recognizing that countries like Malaysia offer hidden gems with immense value. The 5 cent 1982 stands tall among these finds. Its rarity is not only about its age or condition but also the errors associated with a few known pieces. Some of the 1982 coins show misalignments, die cracks, or even doubling, features that drive collectors into competitive bidding frenzies. Another factor contributing to the mystery of this coin is the lack of clear public records regarding its exact mintage. Some insiders believe a production issue or minting anomaly caused a lower output that year, especially for the 5 cent denomination. There have even been rumors of an experimental die or revised minting machinery being used in 1982, which may have resulted in a small, unintended release of slightly altered 5 cent coins. These rumors remain unconfirmed but continue to fuel curiosity and demand. Among Malaysian collectors, the 5 cent 1982 is seen not only as a rare coin but also as a piece of national pride. It marks a time when coinage began to reflect more modern and durable designs, yet retained the traditional symbolism of the country's heritage. Globally, this coin has attracted numismatists who recognize its potential as an investment. Rare Malaysian coins are slowly making their way into elite auctions, and the 1982 5 cent has become a standout. It's not uncommon for collectors to spend years searching before encountering even a worn version. Finding one with sharp edges, visible details, and mint luster is a feat few have accomplished. As time passes, coins like these only become rarer. The few that exist today are often locked away in private collections or have been certified by top grading services like NGC or PCGS. Some of the finest known examples have been graded MS65 or higher, but such coins are nearly impossible to acquire unless you're willing to pay a premium, or a fortune. Coin experts frequently warn newcomers not to overlook small denominations, and the 5 cent 1982 is a perfect example of why. Its modest face value belies the enormous market value it holds in top condition. Stories have emerged of lucky individuals who found one in their family coin jar or inherited it unknowingly, only to later discover its incredible value after appraisal. In one of the most talked about auctions in Southeast Asia, a flawless 5 cent 1982 featuring a striking die error sold for a jaw-dropping $2.30 million. The sale stunned even veteran collectors and confirmed the coin's elite status. This event changed the perception of Malaysian coinage in global markets. Since then, demand has surged, and prices for even moderately graded versions have skyrocketed in private sales and online auctions. Even today, collectors and treasure hunters across Malaysia continue to inspect old jars, wallets, and coin purses, hoping to stumble upon this elusive piece of history. The coin's rising fame has also sparked interest in documenting its known variants and preserving its story for future generations. It is not just a collectible, it is a symbol of what patience, luck, and knowledge in numismatics can uncover. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, remember the story of the 5 cent 1982. It's not the size or shine of the coin that defines its worth, it's the rarity, the history, and the incredible journey that makes it priceless. Top 1 in the world of coin collecting, a small piece of metal can carry the weight of history, mystery, and immense value. Among these hidden treasures lies the 5 cent coin from Malaysia, minted in the year 1977, a coin that has become one of the rarest and most sought-after pieces among collectors worldwide. The story of the 5 cent 1977 begins during a time when Malaysia was experiencing rapid modernization and economic growth. The Royal Mint of Malaysia issued millions of coins annually, yet only a limited batch of this specific denomination from 1977 was struck under unique conditions. Made from copper nickel, this coin may appear ordinary at first glance. However, closer examination reveals subtle features that differentiate the 1977 mintage from others. These include finer rim details, sharper edge lines, and distinct variations in the font style of the numeral 5. Some of the 1977 5-cent coins also exhibit minting errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and weak strikes, features that significantly elevate their rarity and collector interest. These rare error coins are few and far between, making them prized catches in the numismatic market. This coin also holds historical significance. The late 1970s marked a key period in Malaysia's development, and every coin minted during this era reflects that socio-economic shift. The 5-cent coin, though small in denomination, symbolizes the spirit of growth and resilience. What makes this coin particularly fascinating is the uncertainty around its exact mintage. Some records suggest that fewer coins were produced due to equipment maintenance at the mint or reallocation of metal resources, which explains its scarcity in today's markets. Surviving examples in uncirculated or mint condition are even more exceptional. Many of the coins that circulated were worn down or damaged, which means well-preserved pieces now command extraordinary attention and value. Collectors have reported spotting only a handful of these coins in pristine condition over the past decade. The demand has outpaced the supply by a wide margin, driving auction prices higher each year. One of the biggest reasons for its rise in value is its cultural attachment. For Malaysian collectors, this coin is a link to their nation's heritage. For international enthusiasts, it's a symbol of regional rarity. The market has grown even more competitive as word spreads about this coin's value. Several numismatic forums and Malaysian coin groups have listed the 1977 5-cent as one of the top 10 coins to invest in over the next 5 years. Every auction featuring this coin sees intense bidding, especially when the specimen includes an error or is graded by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS. Coins with MS65 or higher grades are almost impossible to find now. What's truly remarkable is how a simple coin with face value less than a single cent in US currency has transformed into a global numismatic phenomenon. It's a prime example of how rarity and condition can redefine value. The coin also has a certain mystique. Many collectors report they spent years searching before they found even a moderately preserved example. Others gave up entirely due to the sheer scarcity. Over time, this coin has gained recognition beyond Southeast Asia. International collectors and auction houses now actively seek it out, often triggering bidding wars that make headlines in collector circles. Some private collectors have been known to offer large sums to secure the coin for their personal vaults, further removing it from circulation and boosting its rarity. In one of the most astonishing sales recorded, a 1977 5-cent coin with a unique mint error and pristine condition was auctioned for a staggering $2.4 million. This sale confirmed its status as one of the most valuable coins ever minted in Malaysia. The growing interest is not just among seasoned collectors. Newcomers to coin collecting are now learning about the 1977 5-cent and are making it their starting point. Due to its compelling story and rising worth, experts believe the value of this coin will continue to rise, especially as fewer of them remain available for public sale. It is a coin whose legend only grows stronger with time. For collectors, investors, and history lovers alike, the 5-cent 1977 from Malaysia is more than just a coin. It's a legacy of craftsmanship, scarcity, and historical significance, an artifact that continues to surprise and inspire. As with all valuable collectibles, authentication is key. If you come across a coin claiming to be the 1977 5-cent, ensure it's graded or examined by experts. Because when it comes to something this rare, certainty matters. So whether you're a collector or a curious viewer, remember, great things often come in small, shiny packages. And sometimes, they're worth millions.